back to R Square's Wonder Wonder Man. My name is R Square, and today the Super Bowl has happened, and I'm about to give a deep explanation on what I think happened, what went wrong, what went right. It's a reaction to the Super Bowl. As some of you may know, which I'm guessing at least 123.4 million people in the world know, that the Kansas City Chiefs did in fact defeat the San Francisco 49ers by a score of 25-22. Yes, 22. That is correct, 22. 25-22 was the final score there. Patrick Mahomes touchdown to Mecole Hardman ended the game. Mecole, whatever. He didn't even start the season as a Kansas City Chief. He started his career as a Chief before getting traded to the Jets, who eventually waived him, and the Chiefs picked him up on a pathetic deal. I'm guessing he's going to get paid a decent amount of money this offseason for that game-winning touchdown catch. So, yeah, really great game, honestly. I'm a little bit surprised. I expected it to be relatively one-sided in one of the team's favor, but it was a pretty good game. Very defensive battle. Steve Spagnuolo got paid. Good for him. He coached an incredible game. Travis Kelce got to lose his cool again. He got to lose his cool again against Andy Reid. And so yeah, a lot of cool stuff happened in the Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan loses again. Questionable decision at the end there to take the ball. We might do a what if episode in the upcoming weeks about what if Kyle Shanahan decided to kick off instead of receive the kick or going into overtime. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll crunch some numbers, do a little bit of math. I know, right? A teenager wanting to do math, it's weird. But, but we're going to do that. So let's just go ahead and react. Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP. Congratulations to Kansas City, first of all. Incredible game. Shout out if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fans out there. Congrats. Honestly, you guys deserved it, every minute of it. You guys beat the best out there. You guys beat the Dolphins. You guys beat the Ravens. You guys beat the Bills. No one else deserved it more. You guys took the high road to the Super Bowl, and you did succeed. So great job for the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, congratulations on a third, my friend, and Super Bowl MVP. Good for him. We're only 3 minutes in. I gotta talk a little more. So obviously San Francisco did make some big mistakes. Mahomes threw for 300 yards. Kelce was kind of quiet, but here's the big thing that I found a problem with San Francisco is that George Kittle did not get the ball enough for me. I think he could have gotten the ball a significant more amount, and it would have been a little more successful for San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey's fumble did lose the game, but here's the big part. I said it exactly when it happened. When Jake Moody's extra point got blocked, I was saying to the people in the room, I said, this is a game. Super Bowls are a game of extra points. That's going to cost them. And I was right. That did cost them big time. They could have won with that extra point. That was it. They could have won. They could have forced the Chiefs on that last drive of the game to have to go for the touchdown instead of the field goal, and that would have put the pressure on Kansas City instead of the pressure on them starting overtime. So I definitely think there were some big mistakes, throughout the Super Bowl that could have been better on San Francisco's part. Kyle Shanahan, kind of a iffy calls there. He definitely could have gotten the ball in a little more play action. They weren't running the ball nearly as much as they should have been, because I still stand by my previous statements that I've made in a past video that Brock Purdy isn't all that great. He's all right. He's not a franchise quarterback to me. Just the way he throws, his style, he's built on Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle and Deebo Samuel. If you can insert any quarterback into Shanahan's system, it'll work. They tried to change the system to less QB friendly. It didn't work for San Francisco. So I mean, what are you gonna do? That's on Shanahan. His reasoning for taking that kick was that he had to trust the defense. Again, bad decision. Your defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks, who hadn't had the best track record going up to this one, and your defense kind of struggled a little bit during the regular season before they picked up the pace towards the end and during the playoffs. But I even think they didn't perform that well during the playoffs either. Another big thing is that I feel super bad about one of the 49ers linebackers, Dre Greenlaw, who went out of the Super Bowl in the worst possible fashion. He ran onto the field, all pumped up. He was jumping. He was getting ready. He was pumped. He was pumping up his team. He walks on the field and he proceeds to rupture his Achilles tendon. Yeah, poor guy. That's not the best way you want to go out. He just ran onto the field and his Achilles popped. Poor guy. That is not the best way to go out. If you're anyone, that was not the best way to go out. I feel so bad for him. But anyway, the big topic on this one is, are the Kansas City Chiefs officially a dynasty? And the answer is yes. 3 Super Bowl wins, 4 Super Bowl appearances in the last 5 years is insane. And the thought that they could do it, they could go for 3 in a row, that's crazy. They can go where no man has gone before, where no team has ever been. That's big for Kansas City, and they're gonna step up to the challenge. So yeah, I mean, they are a dynasty in my opinion. But the question is not quite how long Patrick Mahomes will stay in Kansas City, because his contract's basically like, we will pay you to stay with us for as long as you live if you want. The question is, Andy Reid, how long will he stay? I think the dynasty ends once Reid retires. Andy Reid's kind of old. I don't expect him to last past 2027. That's my prediction. I don't expect him to last towards 2027. I think that's where Andy Reid retires, if not a little bit before, and I think that's probably the end of the dynasty. But I think they still got a solid 5 years left. So, I mean, 3 to 5 years left on their dynasty. Good for them, you know. I mean, it's great to have a dynasty. There's only been a few teams. Pittsburgh had a dynasty for a little bit. Green Bay, of course, at the beginning. New England, most recently. So, yeah, I mean, good for them, really. Super happy for Kansas City. Obviously not happy about the Super Bowl in general, about the 2 teams that made it. But, I mean, it could have been more interesting, like, storyline-wise. But it was a good Super Bowl, and I enjoyed watching it. It was a real nail-biter. So, go Chiefs Kingdom. I don't really have much more to say on the Super Bowl, but this is my prediction for next year's Super Bowl. I'm taking it full circle. My NFC prediction to make the Super Bowl next year will be, drum roll please, the LA Rams. This is a deep dig for me. This is not something I would normally pick, but I think it's going to happen. The reason why they did bow out in the wild card this year against the Lions, really it was between, in my mind, Lions-Rams. Lions-Rams. I could have gone with picking the Lions, but I went with the Rams just because it would be fun. I mean, why not? Why not the Rams? I feel like legitimately it's not going to be easy. Legitimately, it's probably going to be Detroit, I would say. So I would say either go with Detroit or LA in the NFC. Personally, I think the AFC is going to win it again. But here's my reasoning. The Lions are just getting started. They have a good year ahead. Dan Campbell, I'm not too confident in Campbell's coaching ability in Detroit. That's the only thing I think could stand up back. That's not happening in LA. Sean McVay is a great coach. He's proven it in the past. On defense, their rookies just need a little more experience. Puka Nacua gets some more experience. Colby Young gets some more experience. That D-line gets a little bit more experience. They boost their secondary a little bit so that they're a little better down there. Kyron Williams gets another year of experience. Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford just keep doing what they do. They managed to draft or pick up a free agent at tight end, boost their offensive line. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but really their biggest holes are at secondary and tight end. That's really my biggest thing with them, because their best member of the secondary is Akello Witherspoon, which isn't going to cut it. That's not going to cut it for a Super Bowl win. I think if they fix those 2 things, which I think is very possible, we could see the Rams in the Super Bowl. As for the Lions, as I said, they definitely have that that attitude to go into the Super Bowl. They've proven that they can get that far, but into the NFC Championship game, there's just something missing to push them over the line. As for the AFC, there are some strong competitors. There's the Dolphins, there's the Ravens, there's the Chiefs, there's the Texans even. I would go as far as say. The Texans, hear me out. The Texans are in a good position in a couple of years on Stroud's maybe last year or second to last year of his rookie contract. I think they could make a very deep run. But as for next year, my opinion is Baltimore won't be the number 1 seed. Because guess who's coming back? Joe Burrow's coming back for Cincinnati. Deshaun Watson, don't actually know if he's good. Coming back for Cleveland. Pittsburgh's going to try to lift some stuff. The AFC North's going to be a tough division. And Baltimore, can they keep that up with all those people? I'm going no. Which narrows it down to me like Buffalo, Miami, Kansas City, and really that's it. The AFC South, I could be Houston, but I think give them a couple of years. Cincinnati, I think the same reasoning for Baltimore. They're playing in the same division. They're going to lose some games. And when it comes down to the playoffs, they're probably going to end up beating each other out. And then one of either Kansas City, Miami, or Buffalo are going to end up beating them. I'm not picking Miami. Sorry, but that's not happening. So that leaves it down to Buffalo and Kansas City. Sorry, Bills fans. Because it honestly would just be naive to not pick Kansas City to take it again against either the Lions or the Rams. The NFC was my bold pick. The AFC's not so much. I think it's going to be the Chiefs. I just don't see the North. I see the North beating each other out. That's the only thing. Is that Cincinnati and Baltimore are going to meet at some point. One of the two of them is going to win, and then the other one's going to get picked off by some of the other AFC juggernauts like Buffalo or Kansas City. I think Buffalo's time's up. Personally, I don't think they're going to make it to the championship. I think they're going to make it past the wild card into the divisional, losing the divisional, and then it'll be probably Cincinnati, Kansas City in the conference championship. And honestly, I'm all for the go where no man has gone before. Kansas City 3 Super Bowls in a row thing. I'm all for that. So give me the Chiefs, who are going to go out there and take on the Los Angeles Rams or Detroit Lions. And they're going to win in New Orleans at Caesars Superdome. And this is going to be the biggest Super Bowl of all. Because they are going to do what no one has done before. They're going to go on and make NFL history as the greatest dynasty in NFL history. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment down below what if video or kind of other videos you want to see next week. I'm thinking next week's going to be a bit of a what if video. And then the week after that it'll be something else. And then the week after that it'll be March Madness. Yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment down below on all that stuff. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and bye. That was hilarious. I literally just finished recording. I walked outside, and I get a notification. 49ers fire Steve Wilks. Good call, guys. Sorry, but I think it's the right call. Steve Wilks should have been fired. I didn't care for his performance throughout the season. And you know, he did say I trusted the defensive coordinator in making the stop there. So I kind of saw this coming. I just thought I'd throw this in. I saw it coming. I just finished recording. I stopped the pause button, I walk outside, and I just, ding! So, yeah, good job by the 49ers. Good call. Hope they get a better hire at the defensive coordinator position. Anyway, I'm going to say again, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next video.